Hey guys, Jason here. Welcome to Timberfalls, home for CNC creators like you. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at this CNC laser. This is the DIY kit MK2 by ALGOLASER. AlgoLaser reached out to me about taking a look at this machine, so they did send this to me for review. I've been playing around with it for a few weeks, and I gotta say, for someone who doesn't know very much about CNC laser operation, this machine has made it really easy to get going. For a beginner, I would say this machine is an excellent place to start. It operates using an onboard AlgoOS, and so you don't need a separate computer to operate this machine. It has all the controls that you need right here on the machine. All you have to do is load your designs onto the controller, go through a few settings, and it's ready to go. This has got to be the easiest, simplest laser where I was able to jump in and have results within the first day of operating it. I think this machine is well built. It's all metal. It doesn't have much plastic. And it's very responsive, and so far the results that I've gotten from it have been really good. At the time of this video, this machine was on sale for about 300 bucks. Now, I was sent this extra honeycomb platform as well as a air pump or air assist pump from Algo. These accessories are extra, but I think if you're going to get one of these machines, they're well worth it. Let's jump into this. When we start up the machine operates on this AlgoOS. This machine is Wi-Fi capable. It is able to connect to the Wi-Fi and download updates. It can store your projects. We have our controls and some of our settings. I'm going to go through all the settings first. We have our LAN where we turn our LAN on and off. That's our Wi-Fi. We also can transfer via USB stick, and we can hook our computer up to it and transfer over via USB cable. And then this feature is our interrupt recovery. One of the features of this machine, let's say that the machine runs out of power, you're able to come back and do a recovery so that the machine starts back over where it left off when it lost power. So that's a really cool feature. The controls for this system, we have different speeds that the machine can move around in. It can go in small increments, or it also can move at 100 millimeters a minute. We also have controls for our air system or air pump. This is for the air assist, and we can turn that on and off. We also have controls for an enclosure. Now, I don't have the enclosure, but if we did, we'd have controls for the fans and the lighting inside of the controller. Then we also have our projects tab. The AlgoLaser comes with 56 preloaded 2D cut examples that you can put together. There's a lot of really cool little projects in here for cutouts and engravings. And to do one of these projects, all you have to do is select one and go through all of the settings to cut it out. We're going to do that in just a second. This is a SD card or internal storage. It's got 8 gigabytes of memory. We select our SD card, and we have a folder that also has some engraving pictures in it. Now, I preloaded my logo, and this is a deer picture that I uploaded, but it also comes preloaded with some other pictures for engraving. And to engrave something, all we have to do is pick the project that we want to engrave and press this engraving button. And it's going to ask us first what kind of material we're using. There's a big selection of different types of material that you can cut through. There's acrylics and cardboard, paper, different kinds of wood, but it already has settings that are optimized for these different types of wood. So once we've selected our type of plywood, we can either manually set our power and speed, or we can hit this auto parameters button, and this basically brings up a diagram for speed and power and kind of gives us a visual reference of what we would like to try to pick for our engraving. Now, two settings that I have noticed that work really well is the 10,000 speed at 80% produces a very good engraving. Also, the 10K at 100% is a little darker, but it's also quite nice. I'm going to select that hit confirm. Another feature that we can do is cut this picture out once we've engraved it. We can select a style of border. We can have a circular cutout, a square cutout, a hexagon, or a triangle. We also need to tell it what the thickness of that material is so that we want to cut it out. And let's pick a circle, and then that creates a border to cut out our engraving. I can also designate how many passes I want it to make. Then I'll just press this processing button, and it's going to bring up a diagram of our cutting area. Now we can resize this with the slider here to make this as big or as small as we need. And then we can move it around, and this will reposition our laser on our material. Now all we have to do is take a piece of material and place it onto our honeycomb. Now the machine came with these little clips that allow us to clip the material down to keep it in place. That'll keep it from moving and hold it down to the honeycomb. To focus the laser, it comes with this little focusing device. Basically, you just set this on your material and you loosen these two thumb screws right here. And we're just gonna set this down on our material, and then we're gonna tighten these thumb screws down. And that is the distance in which our material is focused. Then we wanna move this around to where we can get it at the right spot. And then you also can frame it using the framing button. This will draw a little laser circle to show us where the machine is going to cut this out. We can make it a little smaller. Okay, and now that we have it framed and have it on our piece of material where we want, all we have to do is hit start, and the machine is going to start engraving. Now, it's going to go through all of the system of engraving the logo first, and then it will go to cut it off. I'm going to let this run for you guys, and I'll show you our finished product when it's done. And then we could rerun this again if we didn't like how dark it was, or if we think it needed to be a bit darker. I only did the one pass. We could press away here and it's going to move our machine away. I did turn on the air assist right at the end. Now that engraving came out kind of light. I probably would have run that again. We're still playing around with some of the settings and stuff for this machine, learning what gives the best results. There's some different sprays like borax that we could try, but overall it had a very nice clean cut. And the engraving was pretty nice, although I think it could have been much darker. With some trial and error to get a little bit better engravings, you can see with playing around with it that I've been able to get some pretty nice results with it. Or this tiger came out really nice. I made this dog engraving. I thought this one came out really nice. So the machine is very capable. Some of the drawbacks or complaints that I had was the wiring. I had to suspend some of the wiring with this string. Kept having an issue where the wiring was hitting my limit switches when I would home. And so I've had to suspend the string in order to keep that out of the way. Guys, I think this is a great beginner machine. It has all of its onboard control systems. You don't need an extra computer or any software to make it work. I was able to make this laser engraving. I simply loaded the project up and was able to cut this out. I also was able to put my logo on the back, so you can get started very quickly and produce projects with ease. I'm going to be doing some more videos with this laser showing its capabilities, some of the projects that we can turn out with it, and we'll also be looking at light burn, how that hooks up with this, and some of the different things that we can do. If you find this content valuable, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button and ring the bell so that you get notified when we drop more videos. I'd like to give a big thanks to all of our Timberfalls Elite members. You guys keep the bit spinning, and we really appreciate your support. If you're interested in becoming a Timberfalls Elite, check out the link below or our website at timberfalls.us. Thanks, guys.